Geoff and I did a Bachelor of Science at La Trobe Uni. What was my first money memory? I was one of 6 children. My mother was a nurse. My father, he was a doctor. After dinner, he'd be sitting there reading his paper. There's a big long list, numbers and company names and that. And I said to him once, look, what are you looking at? And he said, look, that's the stock market. And I looked down the list and I looked down and there was a company and it was trading at 1 cent. And I thought I could afford that. A few months later, it was trading at ½ cent. Then it went back to 1 cent. And I thought, geez, if I bought them at ½ cent and they went to 1 cent, so I make 100% on my money. That was sort of the first experience. One of my biggest challenges was getting to university. I opened my HSC results with expectations of having a great result, and I realised I'd failed. I went back and I started repeating. Before term started, I'd read all my English books, where I think the previous year I don't think I read any of them. I probably can't thank La Trobe University enough. I got this incredible gift in the mail, which was an offer at La Trobe University to study science there. My memories from Bundoora, first of all, I lived in Glen Iris, and I didn't have a car, so I was hitchhiking. A lot of fun. Obviously spending a lot of time in the library, falling asleep in the middle of my study in the library, and maybe spent a bit too much time protesting or having fun that my degree, instead of being a 3-year degree, it ended up being a 4-year degree. When I finished at uni, I didn't exactly know what I was going to do. In theory, I was a qualified industrial chemist. This was the latter part of the 70s, early part of the 80s, a bit of a recession. One of the jobs I applied for was in the investment department at an insurance company. And that's where I started off in the investment game, and things developed since then. A couple of years in London, a couple of years in New York. I was in my early 40s. One of my clients said, look, what do you really want to do? And I said, look, I'd love to have a small funds management business. And so he said, look, we're happy to give you some money to manage. And so that was when Wilson Asset Management set up. We've slowly grown it over the 25 years. We've now got 130,000 shareholders and we manage about $5 billion. It's always been important from my family upbringing is to give back. Of our 55 staff, we give them each, besides their salary, we give them $10,000 a year to donate whatever charities that they want. And we also support various charitable causes ourselves. We ended up creating 2 companies. It's Future Generation Australia and Future Generation Global. And the incredible thing is, since we've set them up, about $65 million has gone to charities. It's been a great opportunity to try to give back. You don't quite know what you're passionate about until you try a few things. I've enjoyed being involved in the industry. To me, whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. I'm a big believer that anything is possible.